Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is the true AX9 shoulder pad snapshot review. But before that, if you are purchasing any hockey jerseys for the upcoming season, check out beerleaguejerseys.com. Clicking the link in the description, getting a full set of jerseys gives me a kickback, so I keep doing what I'm doing and helps fund the channel. As well, if you are in the US, check out Pure Hockey in the link in the description where you can find all the true stuff as well as other hockey gear. Clicking the link in the description gives me a kickback so I can support this channel and keep doing what I'm doing. So this chest, I'll do a whole, we'll cut to a different view where you can see all the tech and stuff on it. But I wanted to talk about a few things on it, what I noticed when I put it on. It feels fine just like this, but I noticed that you can feel the caps and how they kind of interfere with right here. Basically, the way that these work is there's Velcro underneath the cap that Velcro's attaches underneath this piece, and again, I'll show that in a different view. And it kind of, the cap goes underneath for Velcro, but then when it actually moves, it ends up going above. So you always, for me, I can always kind of feel them interfering with each other, not just floating all the way through. And so it doesn't really feel like they're working with each other. And then when you go up, I've had times where they just got stuck on each other a bunch. Like right now when I go with this, I can feel both of them getting stuck on each other when moving. Obviously that's not ideal and that's not really what you want in your shoulder pads. I've adjusted this a couple times to try to get it to work, but I feel just the way the Velcro system is, it won't work perfect. They're not super bad or anything. It's just, I noticed it when I was making motions and how I would stick handling in my basement. And it's not the greatest for that. The other thing I noticed is the back does stick out. You can see it doesn't sit totally flat. Obviously everybody's body is different, everything will fit different, but it's something I noticed, and it's just this piece right here too rides up when you go up. So again, this is all just my fit and what it is for me, and we'll talk about the other stuff too, but I noticed that this doesn't really feel like it works perfectly with each other, and that's kind of disappointing. Even just by going like this, I can feel them kind of hitting each other and not just flowing around, where other ones I've worn, I have no problems with my Sherwood ones that I have, or my, that just got stuck right there, or with my Ultra Tax or Super Tax. Both of those I had no issues with, but these ones, they are kind of interfering. It's kind of disappointing. So here is the chest piece itself. And reminder, I do have videos on the shin pads and the elbow pads and the new gloves of True Stuff, so check that out as well. So the material is pretty interesting. It has this, I can't remember what they call it, but it's basically a plastic, but the design of it makes it look like carbon. It's not. It's fully plastic. You can see you can't even push in on it. That's not the greatest. Bauer went to a plastic on the front too, which is kind of sad. I like the molded foams here. So this is all really nice done right here. And then they have their interesting, whatever this blue stuff is, which really reminds me of Bauer 195 armor on the Supreme stuff in the past. But that's kind of like that. This also is, they're segmented, so it moves pretty freely with that. I guess we'll just, has an adjustable belly flap right there. Inside is pretty standard, no crazy moisture wicking line or anything like that. The back is pretty much the same. You have your spine protection, a little bit extra protection for the lower back right here for where you get slashes. And again, that's also segmented so it moves around. Finally, before we get to the cool stuff, your caps are just one piece here for up and down adjustment. Pretty standard stuff here, nothing spectacular or different. Sometimes these are removable. This isn't. It's basically a one piece, but it kind of looks like a two piece, as you can see. Nothing wrong or weird there. So the interesting thing about these is that this is all removable, as you can see. So I've had experiences in the past of beer leaguers who just want the body piece, and True did this before on their previous XC9 ones too, where you could take out the caps. This works for that too, so people might be interested in that. I don't think this is the best idea. I think it's something interesting, and I mean, it's good that it's an offering, but my problem with it is basically how this is designed with this piece and these having to go underneath this piece. They kind of always, you can see how it's kind of cut out so it should work with it, but when I actually wear it, I find it sits up a bit like this, and it would never really sit under when you move it. It kind of flaps over the sides, so it would always a bit interfere. So I think it should have been attached on the top like this, or figured a way to make it so it sits more without going around it, but it wasn't quite like that. The caps are, I think there's a plastic in here. There's definitely a plastic in there, but molded. They protect decently well, and you can adjust them up and down this, right? So if you want to wear them lower like that, you can. If you want to wear them higher, how they kind of come default, you can. It's all adjustable for that, and it's kind of an interesting design like that. You could just put these on just like this without putting the extra caps on, which I'm sure would kind of solve most of my mobility issues. But Other companies do have those caps for that extra protection, and I don't have any issues with it, so it's kind of disappointing from my eyes from that. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with what True did with this. It's a huge improvement over like kind of what their previous lines were with all the different materials they're using. It's 200 bucks, so it's cheap, Canadian, so it's cheaper than what some of the other ones like Bauer, CCM stuff. I think at their top price point, probably Warrior 2 is more expensive, but I would go that route. I just don't think this is really gives you a whole ton of value unless you want to take this off, and even then, this is expensive for just a chest piece. I think you can get lacrosse stuff that's way cheaper than what this is for just that chest piece, if that makes sense. The adjustability is really nice for this because, like I said, you can kind of just move it all the way down. Obviously, this part you don't move down because this doesn't connect to anything and you need to, but you can get the caps to cover a different way. So that's kind of nice with that. But so that's about it for this video. Drew did a lot of interesting things with the materials on here, and kind of I like how it gives you the option to adjust all this and change it. So I got to give him props for that. And that's why I kind of want to talk about it. But that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out my other True AX9 protective stuff, the elbow pads, the shin pads, and the new gloves, which are actually XC9 but and XC7. But still, links will be at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it was helpful. If you ever do make a purchase because of one of my videos, please reach out to manufacturer and let them know. Helps me get on the radar. So hopefully I can get stuff like this to test and not just do snapshot reviews from buying it from a store. If you are making a purchase, please check out the link in the description to purehockey.com. Clicking that link, making a purchase gives me a kickback, helps support the channel so I can keep doing what I'm doing. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.